Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all the sisters here. May Allah bless all of you for sparing time. So actually, I didn't realize that we need to tadabbur based on what you have recited. But I have prepared my own verse that I want to focus on. Is that okay? Okay je kan?
Yes.
Okay sisters. So Dr. Rauda is also here. Assalamualaikum Doctor, or I call Ustazah. Hopefully this sharing will benefit all of us here. I have a slide actually to better prepare. So I'll share my slides with all of you. Okay. Alright, can you all see my slide?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So, Assalamualaikum everyone. Again, I just reintroduced myself. I'm Sister Amirah, counselor from CCSC. So when we talk about counselor, of course, you will expect to hear about mental health. And yes, we're going to talk about mental health in relation to this Quran verse that I have chosen. So for our soulful reflection tonight, we're going to dive deeper into the Surah Al-Baqarah, specifically the verse 38. And the reason why I chose this verse is because I feel that it describes about emotions beautifully. And when we talk about emotions, it is an important part of mental health. If you have healthy way of managing your emotions, you know how to overcome the difficult emotions, inshallah, your mental health will be in a good term. Okay, so before we talk further into the mental health relation to this verse, of course, gonna have a look at the verse first and its meaning. Apologies if my recitation is not that perfect, but I'll give it a try. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. قُلْنَا اهْبِطُوا مِنْهَا جَمِيعًا فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى فَمَن تَبِعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. We said to the children of Israel, descend all of you. Then when guidance comes to you from me, whoever follows it, there will be no fear for them, nor will they feel sorrow. So that's the translation. And if you notice, I have highlighted two words in yellow, which are fear and also sorrow. Okay, these are two strong emotions being highlighted in the verse in the Quran. Okay, so what about these two words? What about these two emotions? Okay, actually, they are the first two emotions being mentioned in the Quran. So if you go through the Quran, you will notice that the word fear, the emotion fear, and sorrow or sadness are the first two emotions being brought up by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So talking about these two big emotions, okay, let's start with fear. Scared, worries. It is high alert emotion. So psychologically, when we feel fear, our body is like in an alert, a very high alert condition. It is a response to when we are dealing with dangers or threats. While on the other hand, so if you see here, I put these two emotions in a pole. So one side is fear, and the other side is the contrast to high alert emotion, which is low alert emotion, which is sorrow, sadness. And sadness or sorrow is a feeling produced when we are experiencing some sort of loss or some sort of something that we feel difficult for us. Okay, so these are two emotions that for us humans is normal for us to feel this way. Okay, but okay, the fact that Allah brought up these two emotions, sorrow and fear, why these two emotions? Okay, so when these two emotions become excessive or prolonged, it can lead to more chronic conditions. Okay, so meaning that if we don't pay attention to how we feel, particularly with our fears, with our sadness, because they are difficult, right? So if you ignore them, they may turn into something much more serious. So talking about mental illness, mental disorder that we have, the most common ones. If I ask anyone, can you name me the mental disorder or mental illness that you know? These two conditions are the most common answers that I'll get: anxiety and depression. So relating back to the words, the emotions that's being discussed, fear, excessive fear, or worries is very much related to anxiety. Okay, you kept overthinking things that has not happened or things that have happened, and you kept having the same thought about it. You don't feel peaceful because of the things that you're going through. And also, for depression, it is prolonged sadness. It's hard for you to see the end. You kept feeling empty. So that is the sorrow that's being mentioned just now. And again, if we ignore them, it will interfere with our focus towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is something that we don't want to experience as well. And that brings us to the next point, which is validation of feelings. Okay? um, Allah SWT mentioned these two difficult emotions, showing that He acknowledged that there will be times that we will feel uh, difficult. And when we mention about difficult feelings, sometimes some people tend to run away from it. We want to ignore these feelings because nobody likes to feel pain, right? We don't want to feel difficult. It's very hard to face these emotions. So some people think it's easier to run away than to face these emotions, but it is very unhealthy if we don't tend to these emotions, because we will never learn how to manage. We'll never learn how to cope with these emotions. And do not worry to experience these feelings, because Allah has always reassured us with every difficult feelings. He is there. He reassures us that we are not alone. And in this life as well, if you're experiencing any mental health issues, mental health conditions, we have professionals to help you too. So please um, be sure that there will always be help at the end of the road. You're not alone in this world. It's very important for you to first validate, recognize how you feel. Because if you don't, then you'll miss out how you really feel inside. It's not easy to fake it out. It's going to be really tiring. So it's fine. It's okay to feel sad, to feel upset, to feel angry. But the most important part is that for you to learn how to manage it better. But in order to manage it better, you have to know first what these feelings feel. Okay? And I think this verse is very short but very impactful as well when we relate it to mental health, because talking about feelings is a big part of mental health. So, last words from me will be always, always, always pay attention to what you really feel and trust Allah. So I think that is all from me. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully, this brings a good benefit to all of us, and may Allah bless every and each of our deeds, inshallah. That's all from me. Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.